CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's get right to breaking news. We are following new developments in a police-involved rollover crash. Chopper 4 was over the scene. This is along Northeast 82nd Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Investigators tell us that they were in back of a possible shooting vehicle when the officer crashed. You can see that car turned onto its side, along with a swarm of cars around it. The officer is expected to be okay. We have a crew on the way, and we'll have much more tonight at 5. And right now we are tracking the tropics. A wave in the Atlantic could bring rainy and windy conditions to South Florida this weekend. Let's get right to next weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler with more on this and conditions here at home.
This is definitely the talker right now. Everybody is looking off to the east at this point, so much better looking. Yesterday we didn't have much happening. Now we have a cluster of showers and thunderstorms over the Lesser Antilles, and heavy rain has now moved into actually Puerto Rico, and we still are thinking this Hurricane Center is tracking this off to the north and west. So this is the area that we could see further development into a tropical depression or maybe a named storm, and that wouldn't happen until this weekend. So this still is going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to show you right now, this is the radar out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. This is heavy rain, and we've got flood warnings, flash flood advisories and warnings now across the island of Puerto Rico. So this is heavy rain. It's very mountainous there. So they're going to see a lot of flooding out of this. So this is definitely increased in strength since yesterday, looking much more organized. But the thing is, there's still a lot of uncertainty here as to the exact track and how strong this is going to be. There's an area of high pressure out here in the Atlantic and high pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's going to find the weakest area between two tracks. So at this point, the models do not agree. As a matter of fact, they continue to be very disagreeing on the exact track. So we're going to follow the one here that is the European model, the one that we typically follow. That would take it off to the northeast, north, and then northeast. If that's a stronger system, that's where it would track. Stronger high pressure will pull it northward, jet stream also tugging it to the north. If it's a weaker system, it could continue to track onto the west and get into the Gulf of Mexico. At this point, we're just not certain about that. Our models are very different. You can see here's the American model, the GFS, and of course the European model, very different there. So everything is still kind of up into the air. It's exactly what we're going to see. What we do know, tropical wave turns northwest. Some models show a wave or a tropical storm developing, and timing looks like it's going to be this weekend, even into Monday. What we don't know yet, and we will, is how much it's going to strengthen, how close it will get to South Florida, and what kind of impacts we're going to see. At this point, we're thinking it could mean a lot of rain, maybe some gusty winds out of this. As for today, we've got that drier air that's sitting aloft, so that's really keeping things at bay. Rain chances will definitely go up as we watch the tropics very closely coming up on Saturday and Sunday. Drier, hot conditions again tomorrow. We'll probably have another heat advisory. That is probably going to be likely tomorrow. Temperatures today topping out in the lower 90s. We're going to do that again Thursday. Friday, we start getting some more rain in here, and then Saturday and Sunday, those are the days we're really going to focus on. Of course, we'll keep you up to date each and every hour.
Cindy, thank you. We have new details on a cyber attack at a South Florida blood donation center. The nonprofit blood donation center OneBlood serves much of the southeastern United States, and it fell victim to a cyber attack, leaving hundreds of hospitals potentially facing shortages. Those looking to donate blood tell us these cyber attacks can have life-altering effects to those who need those transfusions.
It's bad. It's bad because it hurts society, and especially people who need blood right now with this situation going on, incidents and problems in the streets. A lot of people need blood, and I think it hurts society.
Workers with OneBlood say they've told hospitals to activate their critical blood shortage protocols. That's as they work to get their systems back in order. Venezuela's president says he asked the country's Supreme Court to conduct an audit of the presidential election, and that's after opposition leaders disputed his claim of victory. Late Tuesday, the Carter Center, an independent U.S.-based institution that evaluates elections, says it was unable to verify the results of the election. Maduro was declared the winner despite widespread accusations of fraud. And now to an interview you will see only here on CBS News Miami. CBS News Miami's Elliot Rodriguez sat down with Juan Guaido. He was recognized as Venezuela's president by the United States and 60 other governments worldwide. Take a listen.
We need that President Biden, President Trudeau call the new elect president Edmundo González Urrutia. That's not only a symbolic declaration. It's not a symbolic movement. It's a statement for democracy. It's a statement for the people that are struggling back in Venezuela.
The Biden administration has expressed serious concerns about the election results in Venezuela, and that's something Guaido and other opposition members say the regime cannot be trusted. You can see Elliot Rodriguez's full interview by going to our website. It is cbsmiami.com. In the Middle East, now tensions are rising after a top Hamas leader was killed in an airstrike early Wednesday. As CBS News Miami's Michael George reports, the assassination puts any potential agreement in jeopardy.
Palestinians protested in the West Bank after one of Hamas' most senior leaders was killed in a pre-dawn airstrike in Iran. No one claimed responsibility for the attack on Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, but Iran and Hamas accused Israel.
We are continuing to urge restraint to all parties to avoid an escalation into a wider regional conflict.
Haniyeh, who had just attended the inauguration of the Islamic Republic's new president, was the top Hamas negotiator in talks to end the Gaza war.
I think nothing takes away from the importance of, as I said a moment ago, getting to the ceasefire, which is manifestly in the interests of the hostages and bringing them home. It's manifestly in the interests of Palestinians who are suffering terribly every single day.
Israel vowed to kill Haniyeh and other Hamas leaders after about 1,200 people were killed and some 250 others taken hostage on October 7th.
I think it's too soon to know what any of these reported events could mean for the ceasefire deal.
The airstrike in Iran comes after Fuad Shukr, a top Hezbollah commander, was hit in an Israeli strike in Lebanon.
Israel is right to hit the leaders and masterminds of terrorism, organizations bent on the destruction of the Jewish state, anytime, anywhere.
On the streets of Tel Aviv, Israelis welcomed the news.
It's good news for Israel, for the world.
Israel says the Hezbollah commander was behind the weekend rocket attack that killed 12 young people at a soccer field in the Golan Heights. Michael George, CBS News.
When we come back, the latest from Campaign 2024 and who experts say may be tapped to be Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate. Welcome back. Now to the latest on Campaign 2024. Former President Donald Trump's courting of black voters continued today at a meeting with black journalists in Chicago. But Trump did not like the questions he was asked. CBS News Miami's Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Former President Donald Trump took the stage at the National Association of Black Journalists convention for what quickly became a heated question and answer session.
You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. Why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question.
And he dismissed Vice President Kamala Harris's black heritage when asked about some Republican lawmakers' comments attacking her as a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Trump has been heavily courting black voters, but faces a new dynamic with Harris as the presumptive Democratic nominee. Supporters say her candidacy has infused new energy into the race.
It's about bringing everybody together for a good cause, which is to make sure that we have democracy and that we have somebody in there that's looking out for the rights of everybody.
Tonight, Vice President Harris speaks to a historically black sorority in Houston, a network of voters that began mobilizing for her after President Biden dropped out of the race. CBS News has learned Harris is expected to announce a running mate by Monday. The short list includes popular Democratic governors and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly.
I trust she will make that decision on her own terms when she is ready.
Harris plans to hit the road with her VP pick in several key battleground states next week, starting in Pennsylvania. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
We are less than 3 weeks away from the upcoming Florida primary. And to make sure that the day goes well, election officials in Miami-Dade County today conducted a comprehensive test on voting machine equipment that will be used. The Florida primary is Tuesday, August 20th. It is day 2 of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission meeting. Commissioners once again gathered in Sunrise, and today they were joined by Broward County Sheriff Gregory Toney. He discussed prioritizing communications and technology.
From a communication standpoint, my perspective is we've made a lot of progress, but we still got a long way to go. Some of the things that we were able to tackle early on was this concern about our ability to answer the calls for services much more rapidly, what type of technologies are integrated to help us reduce some of the problems that we've seen in Parkland in terms of communication. There's good discussions going to come up about the hub potential, things of those nature. Overall, as you're going to see, we took the technology that we had, we made it work, we changed policies and protocols in terms of operations, user ability at the deputy level, firefighters and our dispatchers, and made us much more efficient.
Broward Schools Superintendent Dr. Howard Hepburn also took to the podium. He shared the latest safety measures within the school district. That includes strengthening partnerships with law enforcement and safety and security training for administrators and staff. Happening now, a heads up if you take the MacArthur Causeway from Miami Beach to downtown Miami, because take a look at your screen. Stay to the right as the new westbound off-ramp to Biscayne Boulevard is now open. The new exit is shortly before the old one, so you don't want to miss it. This is a drone shot of the exit. Eastbound traffic on I-395 is not impacted, and this is all part of the ongoing I-395 design project. And Fins fans, you won't want to miss this. Make sure to join us tonight for Camp Dolphins. Our nightly Dolphins show is full of players' interviews and the latest news out of camp. That's tonight at 11:30, right after CBS News Miami at 11. And catch the debut this Sunday morning of Dolphins Weekly Live. Mike Cunha will host the only live pregame show in South Florida. Kim Beaucamper and John Comietti will also join the show to talk Dolphins each and every week, and you can watch that at 11:30 on CBS Miami. That's your Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a good day.